Hey everyone, my name's Aarav. I'm a high school sophomore based out of Plano, Texas. A few hobbies I have. I really enjoy playing tennis, coding in my free time, and just playing volleyball with my friends sometime at the park. And yeah, that's a little bit about me. So, should I just go ahead and share my screen?
Course, your screen is shared. So
Okay. You guys can see this, right? The presentation.
yep.
Okay. 2 billion tons of trash every year. Let that sink in. 2 billion tons. That's not just a typo, not an exaggeration. That's just a random Tuesday on planet Earth. And here's the kicker: 68% of everything that could be recycled still ends up in a landfill, anyways. Not because people are evil, not because they don't care, just because the bin next to you has absolutely no idea what goes next to it. It's just a box, a very expensive, very useless box. So I thought, what if I could make the box smarter and maybe even have a brain? Meet SmartBin, an AI-powered waste sorting system that I actually built with my own hands in my own house with the Raspberry Pi and a trash can. Literally just a trash can, but a really smart one. So who does this hurt? Who are the stakeholders in this, right? So first, there are two groups. First are corporations. You're paying contamination penalties because some people don't know where the trash goes. And there's nothing you can do about it because you have zero visibility into actually what's happening. And the second stakeholder are municipalities. You're sending 68% of recyclables straight to landfills, not because you want to, but because by the time contaminated waste reaches the facility, it's way too late. The problem has to be solved at the source, right at the bin, mostly at households and other facilities like that. Okay, so here's what actually happens. You walk up and you put something on the platform of SmartBin. Then the ultrasonic sensor detects that there's something there and triggers the camera. That image files up to Google's Gemini Vision AI, which is an AI model, and that figures out what it is in under 5 seconds. It kind of classifies it as recyclable, non recyclable, e waste, or organic. Then that classification gets sent back to the servo motor, which moves the platform, and the item literally falls into the correct bin. No buttons, no labels. And every single scan, the category, the timestamp, the image gets anonymously logged to Firebase, which is essentially a centralized database. So you have a full picture of what goes where. And at the end, recycling reports and other data like that can be aggregated from this database and made into other useful analytics that corporations and municipalities can use. So I could just keep talking about it, or I could actually show you. So here's a demo I took of SmartBit. Uh, so as you can see there, I placed a Coke bottle, and then it detected as recyclable. I placed a couple of batteries here, and after a few seconds, it detected and showed up on the screen. A chips packet got stuck on top as non-recyclable. An orange that also got stuck, but that got identified as an organic waste, and a sriracha bottle which was partly full, which makes it contaminated. That's got a contaminated non-recyclable. So that was just a quick short demo of SmartBin. Um, Yeah, so SmartBin basically was built to handle the facility, right? A larger place, a larger organization like corporations or municipalities. But what about everywhere else? What about at home, at school, at a restaurant, at literally any moment when someone picks up something and they think, is this recyclable or is it non-recyclable? Like, what is it? Because we've all been there, right? You're standing there holding a Starbucks cup going, is this plastic? Is this paper? What even is this? So that's why I built Recycle AI. That this answers the question instantly. You just point your phone at any item, any phone, no setup, no hardware, and it runs the Gemini Vision AI in the background, covers over 1,000 material types, hits 96% accuracy, and tells you exactly where it goes. So I built this system so that knowing how to recycle isn't just a privilege, it's that anyone can do, something anyone can do anywhere they are, and all they need to have is a cellular device. So let me show you a quick demo of the app also real quick. So you can launch it from the home screen itself. You can click try demo and allow the camera access and point it at any item just like the bin. And within about 5, 6 seconds, it identifies the item as a class. So recyclable. You can skip a bit here. Yeah, and then once you detect it, you can learn more and you can find some details about that item. And a new feature I implemented is a statistics page where every user will have a personalized statistics page talking to them about how many items they've captured, how many items they've recycled, what is their impact because of this, how much of carbon dioxide they diverted, how many trees they saved, energy saved, water saved, waste reduced, etc. Right? So this is also a web app. I can paste the link in the chat if you want to try it later, but you can also launch it from your home screen. So it's very efficient. Yeah, so now I know what you're thinking, right? Cool project, but is anyone actually using this? Yes, over 200 active users right now across the US, India, Canada, and UK are using this currently. Over 500 items are correctly classified, 5 tons of carbon dioxide have been reduced, and we have officially partnered with a nonprofit called One Earth, One Chance to scale this further and bring this tech into more communities worldwide. So overall, the waste crisis isn't an awareness problem. Everyone knows recycling matters, but it's a data problem. People don't have the right information at the right moment. SmartBin puts intelligence at the bin, and Recycle AI puts it in your pocket. Together, they fix the problem where it actually starts. So here's just a little bit about me, and yeah, I'm Aarav. I built both of these systems. My info's on the screen, my LinkedIn, email, phone, all of it. So if you want to just try out SmartBin or try out Recycle AI, you can hit me up anywhere, and I'll get back. Yeah, and that's it. Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. I
Hey,
mean,
are you there?
what?
Your camera's off.
Yeah, I think you might have muted my camera or something like that, so I can't just
Oh,
like
really?
says you cannot start your. Okay, yeah, thanks. All right.
Huh.
Um, that was like how do I say it? It was really cool. I mean, recycling is something that people don't know, but like they kind of like they know that they should recycle, but what to recycle or where. That's the hard
Exactly.
part. So my first question is it
Okay.
oh
Arav, can you stop sharing? You seem to
Oh,
have there we go. Okay.
all right. My first question is how cost efficient is it to put an AI like have an AI dustbin rather than a regular one without any like modifications?
yeah, that's a really great question. So that's exactly why I built SmartBin, and my target audience isn't really households as such because they'd be very reluctant to actually buying this system, as it costs anywhere between 100 and $150 just to manufacture, and the selling cost would be obviously much more than that. But as compared to other smart bins that already exist on the market, which costs almost close to $10,000 just to manufacture, this is way more cost efficient than all of those, and that's why the target audience for this bin is actually going to be corporations, municipalities, or airports, anyone who would not be that reluctant to paying this much of money to reach their ESG goals or any other sustainability goals that they may have. So, yeah, my target audience is definitely not schools. And to answer your question, it is obviously a normal trash can is going to be way cheaper than the smart bin because this requires a massive amount of tech and data processing. But yeah.
The Arav, the smart bin is one thing, but the app, are you giving the app away?
Oh, you mean selling it?
Are you selling it, or can I just contact you and
No,
download?
it's a link actually. So it's a web app, so you can access it through your browser. I placed the link in the chat, so you can just click on that and you can launch the app. I made it into something called a progressive web app. So along with launching it from your browser, you also have the option to add it to your home screen. So it can act as a mobile application, but it doesn't require that much of tech to actually go onto the App Store or the Play Store.
Well, as soon as I'm done with the gift, I'm going to go download it. I have been to places where they'll have 6 or 7 literally trash cans, and each
Yeah,
one with a label on it,
yeah,
and people are standing there with something in their hand trying to figure out which one they put it in. Uh,
exactly.
this app is a gold mine. It's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So do you are you training your AI systems, or are you using AI systems that are trained to recognize anything, or are you only limiting them to things that are probably going to go onto a trash bin? Like, I'm sure you're not training them on a chair or something like that.
Yeah, so I initially started with training something called a CNN, or a convolutional neural network, which is essentially a model that you feed massive amounts of data through. Basically, you get images and you put them into folders and then you feed that data. But that was taking a lot of time and a lot of space because each class was taking about like 10,000 images, right, just to train, and it was still not that accurate. So after that, I actually decided to move to the Gemini Vision API, which Google has. So you can just call that API in the backend and feed a prompt to it, saying something like, classify classify any item that's given to you in one of these 5 categories. And within about 5 6 seconds, that classification comes back to the front end where it will decipher it and then do any other process that's required with it.
All right. So in the future, if this Gemini thing proves to take too much data or money or something like that, if this product really launches off the ground, would you be working on a CNN rather than a Gemini one, or would you stick with the Gemini?
That's a really good question. So actually on the market today, there's a bin that exists called Ameru AI. So that actually uses a CNN to do its waste classification. That's why they're able to place that model locally on the Raspberry Pi. And when a model is placed locally, it's able to do the classification in under a second, very rapidly. And they were able to train that CNN because first of all, they have that much of expertise required to do it because they're all like working professionals and a PhD graduates and stuff. And second, they actually have like that amount of resources and data available to them. I'm like I started as a ninth grader kind of building this, so obviously I didn't have that much of time and expertise. But yeah, in the future, definitely if I get like a full on team, then I'll go back to kind of training the CNN and making it much more efficient.
All right. You mentioned that other company. How is your smart bin different from theirs? Like you said, are theirs the ones that are priced at $10,000, as you were mentioning earlier?
Yeah, so their smart bin is mainly targeting airports. It is like a massive compartment that they have. It's like as big as a room, one smart bin, for example, right? They're mainly targeting airports, and it's very expensive for an airport to deploy the system there. And second of all, my system, a lot of the parts, a lot of the components are actually 3D printed itself. Like the platform, for example, the kind of thing that's holding the LCD screen, all of those are 3D printed, which makes it extremely cost efficient. That's the first factor. And the second factor is that this is very compact. So it can easily fit into any building of any size. And eventually, obviously, if I can get a manufacturer to kind of build this and manufacture this in scale, I can get the cost down significantly and maybe tap into the household market as well and see if there's any interest in there.
Yeah, that was really interesting.
Thank you.
Definitely come back next gift. I would if you keep on working on this, I would love to see how far this idea goes because it's something so simple, but it has really detrimental effects on our environment when we neglect it. So yeah,
Good.
amazing. Yeah, it's amazing presentation.
Rob, from now on, anytime I see trash, I'm going to think of you. Thank you very much. Thank you. It was excellent.